full knowledge of the fact that ownership of the draft constitution and adapting the draft constitution is the subject of our meeting today, is the result of discussions during which the members of the Commission,
particularly on this day, so that we can discuss any challenges you may be encountering, but also to provide you with information about the new direction that the fight must adopt. It is also highly advisable to seek advice, to learn more valuable lessons, and to draw meaningful insights from everything you have experienced all this time in order to enhance your knowledge and make informed decisions. I have always stated that when you are on a motorcycle or in a vehicle, it is easy to forget and simply continue driving. And while we drive, we are always in a state of being constantly ambushed. Frequently, individuals must walk because the adversary themselves seldom arrive on a motorcycle. Either he pushes it or he leaves it somewhere and walks.
On national and regional security. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into the remarkable efforts of President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. As a young and dynamic leader, President Traoré is transforming his country and setting a new precedent for leadership in Africa. His commitment to prioritizing the welfare and security of his citizens is evident in recent military operations that have significantly enhanced national security. Let's take a closer look at these pivotal events and their broader implications. President Traoré has initiated a comprehensive military strategy to secure the Sahel region, focusing on the borders of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. This strategy includes decisive strikes against terrorist forces and innovative intelligence and surveillance measures, expanding the battlefield from Burkina Faso to Mali and Niger. Under President Traoré's directive, a pivotal operation, codenamed Operation Shield, was launched. This operation involved the 41st and 42nd Regiments of Burkina Faso's commandos, supported by the elite 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion. Their mission was to strike a significant blow against terrorist forces entrenched near the Mali and Niger borders. This operation was meticulously planned and executed, reflecting the high level of training and preparedness instilled in the troops by President Traoré's reforms. The 41st and 42nd Commandos, known for their combat expertise, led the operation with exceptional skill. They were joined by the highly capable 99th Rapid Intervention Battalion, whose proficiency in rapid deployment and high-intensity engagements played a crucial role in the mission's success. During the assault, Burkina Faso's armed forces successfully neutralized several entrenched terrorists, recovering a significant cache of war equipment including weapons, ammunition, and communication devices. This recovery dealt a severe blow to the terrorist operational capabilities. However, the mission was far from over. Intelligence reports indicated that hundreds of terrorists were moving towards the borders with Ghana, Mali, and Niger. These border regions, already focal points for security concerns, became centers of heightened military activity. Responding swiftly, the air forces of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger launched a series of aerial operations to track and intercept the advancing terrorist groups. Intelligence and surveillance, the game changer. Utilizing newly acquired Akinci drones, the air forces maintained relentless surveillance over the terrorist movements. These advanced drones provided real-time intelligence and situational awareness, which were instrumental in coordinating ground operations. Despite the dense and challenging terrain of the Sahel, forces guided by precise intelligence from the Akinci drones executed their missions with surgical precision. They identified terrorist groups traveling on motorcycles with pickup vehicles trailing behind as significant threats. In critical miscalculations, the terrorist columns attempted to camouflage under large trees. Continuous aerial surveillance ensured that their movements were tracked without interruption. As the motorcycles paused, well-coordinated ambushes were launched with devastating effect, resulting in the neutralization of numerous terrorists and further recovery of war material. These successful interceptions disrupted the terrorist plans and significantly diminished their strength. Addressing hunger among Boko Haram, the combined military operations have also had an unexpected impact on Boko Haram fighters in Nigeria. With disrupted supply lines, many terrorists are now facing severe hunger and lack of resources, further weakening their resolve and effectiveness. This development underscores the broader implications of President Traoré's military strategy.
When there is an attack somewhere and individuals are surprised, we know. Because when individuals are surprised, they call to say, we are under fire. That is what they call air support, to articulate this thing. However, we enjoy hearing. We perceive them coming. When you are not caught off guard and you have the time to let us know that we see them, It provides you with the opportunity to make preparations to combat and also for the drones to have the ability to act. I can provide you with assurance that as of today, our inventory consists of over 20 combat drones in Burkina Faso. So there is no reason for you to be surprised. And when we talk about combat drones, they are there in order to provide support and assistance. In general, they usually wait for a signal to indicate that we see the enemy approaching, and that's when they take action. However, in most cases, they are summoned to report the position that is under fire and being targeted by the enemy. And finally, it's when an enemy retaliates that they take care of them to try to strike. No. So you promise me here and now that you will never let yourself be surprised again.
Extending beyond immediate combat victories to undermine the long-term sustainability of terrorist groups in the region, key leaders and their security measures. Let's delve into the security measures and leadership styles of the other key players in the region, highlighting their roles in the broader security strategy. President Assimi Goïta of Mali. President Assimi Goïta, who came to power through a military coup, has been instrumental in strengthening Mali's security apparatus. Under his leadership, Mali has increased cooperation with neighboring countries to combat terrorism. The security forces in Mali have been equipped with advanced weaponry and training, focusing on rapid response and intelligence gathering. President Goïta's administration has also worked closely with international partners to enhance the country's counterterrorism capabilities. President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger. President Mohamed Bazoum has been a key ally in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel. His administration has prioritized border security and regional cooperation. Niger's military forces have been actively involved in joint operations with Burkina Faso and Mali, utilizing advanced surveillance technology and strategic military planning. President Bazoum's leadership has emphasized the importance of community engagement and intelligence sharing to effectively counter terrorist threats. A leader among his troops, the atmosphere in the regional capitals of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger was electric with excitement and anticipation as President Ibrahim Traoré made highly anticipated visits to the front lines. These visits underscore the president's commitment to the ongoing struggle and solidarity with his troops. The streets were lined with enthusiastic residents waving flags and chanting in support of their leader. The president's convoy, heavily guarded and accompanied by a mix of local security forces and military personnel, moved through the main avenues of the cities, greeted by crowds that had gathered since early morning. President Traoré's arrival came at a crucial time, as his administration actively engaged in addressing security challenges in the region. His decision to visit the front lines was seen as a morale-boosting gesture, reaffirming his dedication to the cause and his readiness to stand with his fighters in their most challenging moments.
You should have the ability to do the same thing in a similar manner. Arrange strategically within your multiple bases to ensure you are never caught off guard and always prepared for any situation. Due to the presence of an unanswered question, namely the mechanism by which we are caught off guard, there is still a lack of understanding. At that location, we need to exert efforts. I do not agree with the idea of being caught off guard unexpectedly and unprepared. Do you agree with me? Why do we get caught off guard? It's because we let our guard down. Because we think that, well, we've worked here, it's going more or less fine, we're not focused anymore. But I urge you to never lose your focus and always stay attentive.
A stirring speech delivered to the assembled troops and local volunteers. President Ibrahim Traoré expressed deep gratitude for their unwavering courage and commitment. He acknowledged the remarkable work of their predecessors and emphasized the improved equipment and support now available to them. His words resonated with the troops, boosting their morale and reinforcing their resolve to continue the fight against terrorism. President Traoré's speech was not just a message of thanks but a rallying cry for unity and determination. He highlighted the shared struggles and triumphs of the region, calling upon the leaders and people of Mali, Niger, and Nigeria to join hands in the relentless pursuit of peace and stability. His message extended beyond national borders, acknowledging the collaborative efforts of President Assimi Goïta of Mali, President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger, and President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria. President Traoré praised President Goïta for his strategic insights and the vital role of Malian forces in joint operations. He commended President Bazoum for Niger's steadfast commitment to regional security and the effective coordination between Nigerian and Burkinabe forces. Additionally, he recognized President Tinubu's leadership in Nigeria, stressing the importance of a united front against Boko Haram and other terrorist factions. By invoking the names and contributions of these leaders, President Traoré underscored the importance of regional solidarity and cooperation. The path forward, the operations across the Sahel, from Burkina Faso to Mali, Niger, and Nigeria, have significantly weakened the terrorist threat. However, the evolving security landscape requires continuous vigilance and cooperation among these nations. As the situation develops, the combined efforts of military forces, local communities, and international partners remain crucial in securing the region and ensuring peace and stability. For the people of Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria, President Ibrahim Traoré's leadership and the successful military operations reflect a broader commitment to transforming the Sahel and enhancing regional security. His efforts are a testament to the power of young, dedicated leadership in driving positive change. As the Sahel continues to navigate the complexities of regional security, the nations look to President Traoré, President Goïta, President Bazoum, and President Tinubu with hope and confidence in a safer and more prosperous future. Through his strategic vision and unwavering commitment to his country, President Traoré is not only changing the face of Burkina Faso, but also setting a powerful example for young leaders across Africa. His story is one of courage, resilience, and the transformative impact of effective leadership. Thank you for joining us and exploring this remarkable journey. If you appreciate the content we produce on this channel, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you important stories from around the world.
We did not pay for combat drones to remain idle. We paid for them so that you can maintain surveillance and inform us if you observe them. They are approaching. If we were to begin utilizing solely observation drones, which are more cost-effective, we desire to visually perceive them and eradicate them. Therefore, refrain from sleeping. In any weather condition, be it rain or shine, they do not sleep. In the rain, one does not sleep. That's why I wanted us to meet today, because the rain has started. The nature is turning green. The foliage has grown significantly, and the climatic conditions, it is not a suitable time for vulnerability. You must remain alert in the precipitation. For a while now, we have desired individuals to be able to organize themselves, go out and clear the areas surrounding the roads, because the trend of directed mines was becoming too much. But if we clear a lot and the path is open for 100 meters on each side, it allows us to carry out other actions. Everywhere, you need to organize the populations to go out, clear the roads. You need to clear so that these directional improvised explosive devices cannot be placed against you or the population. However, it is crucial for everyone to be able to reach their workplaces and carry out their duties. You must have the capability to excavate trenches in the vicinity of your municipalities or villages. Certainly, it is said that machines have arrived, but I immediately told you it cannot be deployed all over Burkina at once. We don't have 1 million machines, but everyone needs to start at home. Each and every day, there are drones that are constantly stationed at specific positions without any interruption or deviation. They are simply waiting to be informed that they are observed upon arrival. However, individuals rarely succeed in managing to do so. On every occasion we are subjected to fire. We are unable to be subjected to fire. We need to observe it approaching. You gave me your word that you will not say we are under attack anymore, right from the start. You're going to say now we see them approaching, because I am in continuous contact with the drone pilots at all times. You wonder how I handle. 80% of my time is dedicated to war. However, that does not impede me from vigilantly monitoring the economic landscape as well. It is a promise that you made to me, and I want you to keep your promise. I do not want to hear that we are under attack any longer. We can see them coming towards us. Are we in agreement? You will mobilize your populations to dig trenches and protect yourselves until the machines arrive to deepen the trenches and fortify them. It is you who defend the municipalities, the villages. If you arrive, you tell them to get out, we're digging here. The enemy must not drive, pass through there. We delve deep, we seal up, and we establish ourselves in that place. Your own posts and writings can be found there. At one point, I had something developed and instructed to send it to you. Everyone has talked to you about it, the ministers, the BVDP, so that people can build, for instance, combat posts. Where the rain has not yet started properly, make the bricks well, build the posts. I have requested images of the various posts in some villages, and I notice some have also achieved it lazily. you can't have a position, even with all that you've built. And there, your head is exposed. How do you fight? While the image we sent, there are loopholes. These are the holes through which you have to fight. And when we say to build posts, we don't mean to build one or two. They need to be built all around the village. Because combat is not just about one position. Others construct 3-4 posts. It's beneficial for the village. No. Evacuate the villagers. Instruct them to build. Models have already been provided. However, please inform me and lead me astray by providing inaccurate guidance. You are aware that there are numerous tasks that have not been completed. Are you aware of that, correct? What actions should I take? Do I need to personally come and handle it in your absence? But if I tell you this thing was conceived in my office, I caught a young officer who made the 3D model, we shared it, and I informed the chiefs to ensure its completion. The reason is that even at every single moment, we are constantly thinking of you in our minds. We're considering you. I stated there's no incident, VDP post-attack or anything that I'm unaware of. There are none. Unfortunately, in some areas, people have refused to give in themselves. It's incomprehensible for our own lives. Who should pay you? Afterward, we continue to insist that there are specific fundamental tasks that we should have the capability to perform on our own. I told you that most of us, like me, were born into a system that is attentive, where much is expected from others. But what are we doing ourselves for our country? That's it, that's the question we need to ask ourselves now. When I heard about this, I was a bit disappointed. He says that in order to protect yourself, you have to ask for payment. There will be money to pay you. Go out and dig. There are certain municipalities that I have monitored where I had said to go out and dig. They didn't want to, but they stayed. Some went out under manipulation. He said, okay, you're going to dig. A week later, they dug. Today, these municipalities are more or less at peace. In any case, if the enemy comes, they will encounter the obstacle you have created, giving you time to fight them there. If they come to close, you must be there. Digging doesn't require sleep. It's about hindering movement and preventing reaching desired destination by immobilizing. And wherever he must pass, you must always be present. If he comes to use force, to redo your work, you must shoot them down. But once you are taken by surprise, you are no longer considered a man, and your ability to fulfill your duty is compromised. In order to make a comeback, it is hard. And when you witness things like that, it causes a lot of pain. Even if you have a collective weapon and your defense is not strong, the enemy can roll up to your position, which is not good. Even if you have built what you are told to build there, 100 meters ahead there, you need to dig trenches. If he wants to drive through as a fighter, he must fall into them. Or he stops over there, he gets off to try to cross, and you have time to adjust your shots. Is this complicated? So there is work to be done. We must not be lazy. It is necessary to mobilize the population. It's not about you and your work. It's important that all your people understand that you are choosing to sacrifice yourself for them. So, when you tell them to go out to work, they must go out. The other day there was an attack. I followed all the instructions and attempted to investigate the situation. Individuals were taken aback. Negative. When you have a collective weapon, the first thing is, you should not be surprised.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.